Very good morning to all the students. Today we shall have a discussion in connection with a very important type of machine tool used in the workshops and also in the machine shops, that is nothing but the milling machines. So since in the course outcome 4 we have already started discussion in connection with shaper, slaughter and drilling machines, and now we have come to a discussion in connection with the milling machines. So if you consider the lathe machines, shapers, slaughters and milling machines, so these are the most commonly types of machines which are used in the workshops, and along with that a planer machine which is bigger in size can also be used depending upon the type of workpiece to be machined. So in the today's discussion we shall have discussion in connection with the meaning of milling, that is what is the working principle used in case of a milling machine, and what are the different types of milling machines, and in that the most commonly used is nothing but the column and knee type of milling machine and its working and its different parts. That is what is the topic of discussion in the today's session. So before we proceed with the today's session, we need to understand what we have discussed in the previous session. So in the previous session we have already discussed in connection with the jigs and fixtures with the clamping and locating devices, which are a part of a design whenever we want to go for the mass production of identical jobs. And these jigs and fixtures can also be used on the machine table of a drilling machine, milling machine, depending upon the requirement or the type of workpiece to be machined. And the type of cutting tool which we are going to use in case of a milling machine is called as a milling cutter. Again, we are discussing also what are the different types of milling cutters. So when we started the discussion in connection with the types of cutting tools being used, there are two important types. One is the single point cutting tool and the second one is the multi-point cutting tool. And the multi-point cutting tools examples you need to write like twist drill, milling cutters, etc., or the machines which are used for the purpose of production of gears can also be used in case of a milling machine. So let us discuss about the milling machine. A milling machine is a tool, that means a machine tool found primarily in the metal working industry. So generally we are going to use in a workshop in the industries. These are used to shape solid products by eliminating excess material in order to form a finished product. So whatever the finished product is there, so that can be produced with the help of a multi-point cutting tool known as a milling cutter. It is capable of machining a wide variety of metals ranging from aluminium to stainless steel. This is very, very important. So in case of a milling operation, because the milling operation can also be used as an important application with certain other work holding devices known as indexing heads for the production of the gears. So you are already studying about the different types of gears like helical gear, worm gear or spur gear, etc. So all these gears can also be produced in case of a milling machine. So that is why that means the application of milling machines play a very important role in industries. It is capable of machining a wide variety starting from aluminium, that means starting from a non-ferrous metals, that is softer metals, to the harder metals. Machine can be set to move at a faster or lower pace depending on the material being cut. The mechanism is provided in the column of a machine which can give different speeds so as to carry out the machining operation at ease. Softer materials are generally milled at higher speeds, while harder materials require slower speeds. So we require to adjust the speeds with the help of a mechanism provided. So according to the type of material to be milled, the speed is set. For softer materials we go for higher speeds, for harder we go for a lower speeds. Okay. In addition, harder materials require smaller amounts of material to be milled off at one time, because harder the material, we require to give less depth of cut and less feed rate so as to machine it accurately, so as to give the proper shape with the help of a milling cutter. So now, as you are going to see, this is a very basic working principle. So working principle means what is the basic principle that is adopted in case of any type of milling machine, because again the milling machines are classified based on its design, construction, etc. That is what also we are going to discuss in the subsequent slides. So before that, we need to understand what is the basic working principle. So as you are going to see clearly here, you are going to have a multi-point cutter that is called as a milling cutter, and this is called as our arbor. Arbor means a shaft on which this cutter is fitted firmly, and it is made to rotate in this direction as indicated here. Then the workpiece is fed in this way. The workpiece is directly clamped on a work table, so the feeding is given in this way with the help of a handle. Then as the feed is given in this way, the tool, which is the cutter which is mounted on the arbor, will start rotating, and it is possible to reduce the height here. So this is what a basic working principle of a milling machine. In milling machine, the metal is cut by means of a rotating cutter having multiple cutting edges. So these are the multiple cutting edges which are formed on the peripheral surface of a cutter. Okay. For cutting operation, the workpiece is fed against the rotating cutter. So we require to feed the workpiece, which is clamped firmly on the work table. As the workpiece moves against the cutting edges of a milling cutter, the metal is removed in the form of chips. So the removal of the metal is in the form of a chips only. Machined surface is formed in one or more passes of the work. Machined surface is formed in one or more passes means whether how many cuts depending upon the reduction of the height. Okay, we require to give the number of passes for the workpiece. How much thickness we wanted to reduce, based on that principle we are going to use the number of passes. Okay, so now we require to understand how the classification of the milling machines is being carried out. So there are four important main classifications, that is called as a column and knee type, bed type milling machine, plano type milling machine, special purpose milling machines. And all these machines are designed or constructed depending upon the requirement and the type of workpiece to be milled. So in the column and knee type, there are 5 types: plain milling machine, vertical, universal, ram type, and omniversal milling machine. So here basically the column and knee are going to form as the main elements along with the base of the machine in these types of machines. Bed type milling machine is there, that is simplex, duplex, and triplex, and plano type milling machines, and special purpose in that rotary table milling machine. That means the whatever the table design is there, it is in the form of a circular which can be indexed. Okay, and drum milling machine, profile milling machine. So these are special purpose milling machines which are designed for a specific jobs. That is very, very important. Now let us understand what is the working of a column and knee type milling machine. So let us understand clearly there. Now this is the base as usual, which you are going to see here. This is the base of a machine. This is called as the elevating screw. This is called as the column. Let us understand the basic parts. And this is called as the knee, and this is called as the saddle, and this is the table. This is called as the spindle, and this is called as a drawbar, and this is called as an arbor. This is the cutter, and these are the different parts through which it is possible to hold the workpiece on the table. Okay, and whatever the cutter is there, it is fed against the workpiece so that it is possible to either reduce the height or thickness, or even the end milling can also be carried out. So here also you are going to see the overarm, which is used for giving the support for the arbor. which is going to held firmly the cutter which you are going to see there. So let us understand its working now. Here the column of a column and knee type milling machine is mounted vertically upon the base. The column is always vertical. This is a vertical column and it is provided with the guideways at its front. The main objective of providing the guideways is to give the movement to the knee, KNEE. That is why you see the shape here. The shape of this is just like a knee of a human body here. That is why the name has come like that. So now knee is mounted on the accurately machined guideways of the column, and even it can be clamped. That is also important at the required position depending upon the height of the workpiece being held firmly on the machine table. Saddle and table are mounted on the knee. So as you are going to see, as usual, the table is provided with the slots for clamping of the workpieces, or even you can go for the provision of mounting the jigs and fixtures. And the table saddle is also mounted on a knee here. So the whatever the movement is there, the longitudinal movement that is towards the column, away from the column, all these things is given with respect to saddle also, or even the saddle can also be moved directly on the knee depending upon the specification or the size of a column and knee type milling machine. The workpiece to be milled is clamped firmly on the table, which can be moved lengthwise against the rotating cutter mounted on the arbor. So we require first to mount firmly the cutter on an arbor. Arbor is going to be considered as a solid shaft like, which is going to hold and which can provide, but it should provide such a way that it has to provide the free rotation of the milling cutter along with the arbor itself, so which can be used for the purpose of milling. Mechanism, even as we are going to see there, this is a column. This is basically a hollow in structure. Okay, so this hollow structure is provided with the mechanisms for providing the movement to the knee, and also to provide the rotating speed for the spindle or the arbor or the milling cutter. So this mechanism is already present within the column of a milling machine. Mechanism provided within the column provides the necessary movements for the knee, table and the arbor spindle. So whatever the type of workpiece to be milled is held firmly on the table, and the cutter is rotated and the workpiece is fed against the rotating cutter, as you are going to see there. Now let us understand in detail about the basic parts present for the column and knee type milling machine. So in that there are 13 different parts are there. If you observe keenly there, the first one coming up is the base, which is a very commonly used type, as you are going to see at the bottom most portion there. And the column, the saddle is there, table, elevating screw, knee is there, knee elevating screw is there, knee is also there here. This is the knee and this is the knee elevating screw. Cross feed handle is there, that we have not shown here, and front brace is there. This is called as a front brace. Okay, and arbor support is there. You are going to see the arbor support, and arbor is there, overhanging arm and cutter. So these are considered to be the important and basic parts of any type of a column and knee type milling machine. So let us understand in detail about these things. Base, whenever we speak about the base of any type of machine, it is always made of a cast iron which is going to take, or which is going to provide as the support for all the elements mounted over it. Okay, it is a foundation member for all the other parts which rest upon it. It carries the column at its one end, because here we require to build the base of a heavy robust construction, because only this column, entire the column is provided directly mounted on one side of a base. So, and also it is provided with the mechanisms which rest upon it, carries the column at its one end. In some machines the base is hollow and serves as a reservoir for cutting fluid. See what happens in some of the cases, because as the milling operation is used with the cutting operation is purely carried out with the help of a multi-point cutter, we require to pump the cutting fluid in the cutting zone. So for that purpose, even the base can also be provided with the facility of providing the cutting coolant or cutting fluid. Column. The column is the main supporting member mounted vertically on the base. Basically, it is a vertical type. That is why it is called as the column. And at the front side, you are going to have the guideways. It is a box shaped, heavily ribbed inside and houses all the driving mechanism for the spindle and the table feed. So whatever the feed is a feed that we require to give for the table as well as for the spindle rotations, that mechanism is provided within the column itself. Okay, the front vertical face of the column is accurately machined and is provided with the dovetail guideway for supporting the knee. Even the front guideways of this is provided with the guideways for giving the movement which you are going to see, that is up and down movement for the knee, which can be fixed at the required position on a column. The knee is a rigid grey iron casting which slides up and down on the vertical ways of the column face. So this is called as the column face, front face, and on this knee is made to move up and down and can be clamped depending upon the height of the workpiece to be milled. And so how this can be made to move? This can be made to move, that means the movement, this movement, the vertical movement is possible with the help of an elevating screw. This is an elevating screw which is going to act, and the knee is going to act like a nut. Suppose if I rotate this screw, what happens? The knee is made to move up and down with the help of a screw known as an elevating screw. Okay, an elevating screw mounted on the base is used to adjust the height of the knee, and it also supports the knee. The knee houses the feed mechanism. So what type of mechanism is there? The mechanism used for the feeding of the table. So that mechanism is provided within the knee itself. Mechanism of the table and different controls to operate it. Whatever the controls required are provided in the knee itself. Next part coming is a saddle, which is directly mounted on the knee. The saddle is placed on the top of the knee and it slides on the guideways set exactly at 90 degrees to the column face. So now the saddle can be made to move in this way vertically like this. It's important. The top of the saddle provides the guideways for the table. So whatever the top of the table is there, okay, it provides the guideways for the table. Suppose the whatever, as you are going to see there very clearly, just I wanted to make it slightly big. So this is shape that is given on the top face. You are going to see the dovetail type guideways provided on the top face of the table, on the top face of the saddle, so that the table can be made to move conveniently in that type of a guideway which is provided there. The next one coming is a table. Okay, is a very common this. The table rests on the base of the saddle and travels longitudinally. So longitudinally means here we require to understand what is the meaning of longitudinal. So whatever the movement is there as per the guideways, only it will start moving. Okay, a lead screw under the table, engages a nut on the saddle to move the table horizontally by hand or power. So it is possible to move it by the hand wheel also. In universal machines, the table may also be swiveled horizontally. With respect to horizontal plane, it is possible to rotate, means it is possible to give certain angle to the table also. For this purpose, the table is mounted on a circular base. Suppose if at all we want to swivel the table, then we have to design a table in the form of a circular shape, and it can be swiveled at required angle on the saddle itself. Okay, the top of the table is accurately finished and T-slots are provided for clamping the work and other fixtures. So generally in all types of machine tools, it is a common thing to understand that the top face of the table is always provided with the T-slots for clamping or holding the workpiece firmly when the machining operation is being carried out. The next one coming is overarm, which you are going to see clearly here. So definitely it is going to provide a support for the arbor. It is mounted on the top of the column. It is mounted on the top of the column, which you are going to see, which extends beyond the column face. It is extending from the here and serves as a bearing support for other end of the arbor, because the arbor will start moving from this end to this end, and that is why this particular portion is going to act like a support for the arbor due to heavy rotation of the cutter. It provides a perfect support for the arbor, which is provided with the milling cutter, which you are going to see mounted on this. Okay. Front brace. It is an extra support which is fitted between the knee and the overarm to ensure further rigidity to the arbor and the knee. So here it is an extension which you are going to see here. This much portion we call it as a overarm, and this portion we call it as a arbor support or a front brace, which is very important to understand that, to give a support for the perfect support for the arbor. Spindle. It is situated in the upper part of the column. So here it is situated in the upper part of the column and receives power from the motor through belts, gears and clutches, and transmit it to the arbor. So whatever the rotational speed is there, which is to be given to the arbor, is provided with the help of this spindle, and this spindle is driven with the help of what? Belt mechanism, gear mechanism, or gear and clutch mechanism. Whatever the mechanism that is provided within the column, that provides what? Rotational speed to the spindle, and in turn to the arbor of a column and knee type. Now we need to understand here what is the function of an arbor, what it is going to do. It is like extension of the machine spindle on which the milling cutters are securely mounted and rotated. This is very important. So we require, so whatever the strength, rigidity of the arbor plays a very important role, because the entire cutting force as the cutter rotates is directly going to come on the arbor itself. Okay, it is securely mounted and rotated. The arbors are made with the taper shanks. That means whatever the taper shank means, the non-cutting portion is called as a shank. So it is slightly tapered for proper alignment with the machine spindles, having taper holes at their nose. The drop belt is used for locking the arbor with the spindle and the whole assembly. The arbor assembly consists of the components that we are not discussing completely in detail about that. So we need to understand that the arbor should be strong enough to provide the required rotational speed to the milling cutter which is mounted over it, and as it is subjected to heavier cutting forces as the milling operation is continued. So this is all about the today's presentation, and you need to study properly the following types of questions, like working principle of a milling machine, which we have discussed. So we know that the workpiece is fed against a rotating multi-point cutter known as a milling cutter, and the different parts of a column and knee type of milling machine with their functions you need to study, and in brief working, that is of the column and knee type, how you are going to hold the workpiece, and what is the function of a milling cutter, what is the function of a table, what is the function of a saddle, what is the function of a column. Like that you have to write in one sentences to understand how the milling operation is being carried out on a milling machine itself, on a column and knee type milling machine. So with this, I am also going to attach one of the important video for better understanding of the today's presentation. With this, I am going to finish off the today's presentation.
I explain you various components of column and knee type milling machines. So before starting this component, I just explained why its name is column and knee type. So in this milling machine, that is one component is column and another component is the knee. That's why it is known as the column and knee type milling machines. So we know that human body have a one part, it is known as the knee. In our leg, knee is there. So when we bend our leg, then our leg is take like this shape. Okay, that's why it is known as the knee. So this is our knee, this is the hip joint, and this is the finger of our leg. Okay, that's why its name is given as column and knee type milling machine. Now next we understand the component. So first component is the base. Okay, so this is the base. So it is the bottom part of the milling machine. That's why its name is the base. So what is the function of the base? It is foundation member for all the other parts which rest upon it. Means all other parts of the machines are mounted on the base. It carry the column at its one end. Means this is a one end and this is another end. So at the one end, here the column is mounted. It acts as a load taking member for all other parts of the machines and a reservoir for the coolant. Means it takes the load of all other parts of the machines, and sometimes in this base we are stored the coolant that is required during this cutting. And this base is generally made from the cast iron materials because cast iron have a good compressive strength. So this base is absorb all the compressive loads coming out from these other components. That's why it is manufacturing from the cast iron and by using this casting process. Second component is the column. The column is mounted on the one end of the base. So we understand the meaning of this column. Column is the main supporting member mounted vertically on the base. So this is the main supporting members, and this column is support the all other parts of the machine. That's why it is known as the main supporting member. It is a box shape, heavily ribbed inside. Means its shape is like box and it have a 6 side, 4 side, and one is in bottom and one on the top side. So bottom is connected with the base and the top is connected with this overarm. And on this side, different guideways are provided. On that, the knee are mounted. And what is the meaning of heavily ribbed inside? Means it is a hollow component, and inside this hollow there is a various support is provided. It is known as the rib insides, and house all the driving mechanisms, water spindles and table feed. Means inside this column we are providing the driving mechanisms like motor to running the arbors, and here the another motor is provided for a table feed. So different mechanisms are provided inside this column. The front vertical face of the column is accurately machined. Means this side of the column is accurately machined, and it's provided dovetail guideway for supporting the knee. So on this side the dovetail shape guideways is provided. So here I show you this dovetail guideway. This is a dovetail guideways. So this part, this upper part is mounted on this column, and this shape is installed on the knee. So knee is moving up and down because it is in figure you see it is a horizontal, but here it is mounted in vertical positions. Okay. On the top of the column, overarm is supported. Means this is the top part of the column. So here one component is added. It is known as the overarm. Now before moving ahead, I request to like the video, comment on the video and subscribe the channels. For watching this different video of this manufacturing process and other subject of the mechanical engineering, you visit the playlist where the various subject video is available. Now next component is the overarm. Because it is installed in the top part, that's why it is known as the overarm. It is mounted on the top of the column, which is extended behind the column face. So it is the end of the column face. So it is extended from this column face and serve as a bearing support for another end of the arbor. So it supports the another end of the arbor. To support the projecting arbor, it can slide horizontally, forwards and backwards and adjusted at required positions. So on this overarm, also the dovetail side guideways is provided for this moment of this yoke. Okay. Now next component is the front press. The front press is a extra support which is fitted between the knee and overarm to ensure the further rigidity to the another end of the arbor. So every machine this front press is not available. In some of the machines you see it is a front press, and it is support the knee and this overarm. Next is the yoke. So this yoke is provide the support to the arbor. So arbor is installed here. So another end of the arbor is supported by the yoke, and yoke are able to slide on the overarm because this yoke is mounted on the dovetail guideways on the overarms, so yoke are able to moving from this side to this according to this length of the arbor. Next component is the spindle. So this is the spindle hub. It is situated in the upper part of the column and receive the power from the motor. So these spindles are mounted in upper part of the column and it receives the power from the motor through belts, gear and clutch and transmit it to this arbor. So electric motor is mounted here. So it transmits the power to the spindle by using the any mechanisms, and then this spindle is further transmit its power to the arbor. So this is the next component is arbor. So one end of the arbor is connected with the spindle, another end is connected or supported by the yoke. So it is the horizontal type column and knee type milling machines. It may be vertical arbor is also installed, then it is known as the vertical column and knee type milling machines. So in an exam, you are able to draw any type of this vertical or horizontal column knee type milling. It is the correct. You just need to draw the knee here. Okay, this is the important things, and the column here. So arbor, it is like an extensions of the machine spindle. So it is a one type of the extensions of the spindle on which milling cutters are securely mounted and rotated. So on this arbor, the milling cutters are mounted. The arbor are made with the taper shank for a proper alignment with the machine spindles and having a taper hole at their nose. Okay, so if you want to study the various type of the arbors, then go to the playlist and watch the video of types of arbors. So I not explain this topic in detail here. To draw bolt, it is used for managing or locking the arbor with the spindles. Means here one draw bolt is provided. It is used to locking the arbor with the spindles and the whole assembly. The arbor assemblies consist of the following components. First one is the arbor. You see in this figure and spindle. Different spacing collar are provided to adjusting the locations of the milling cutters. Then the bearing bus, cutter, draw bolt, lock nut, key block and set screw. These are the various components used for arbor. Now the next component is this milling cutter. So milling cutter is mounted on the arbors. So its location is not fixed. It is installed it here. It may be installed here by removing the spacings. So by using these various spacing collars, we are able to adjust the milling cutters in any positions of the arbor. Now next component is the knee, and this knee is supported by the elevating screw or a screw jack. So it is a one type of the screw. Either it is elevating screw or a screw jack. So it is operated by using the automatic mechanisms, means by using this electric motor or by hydraulic mechanisms. Knee is the rigid gray iron casting which slide up and down on the vertical way of the column face. So in earlier case, means when we study the column, I tell you that here one dovetail guideways are provided. So on these dovetail guideways, the knee are mounted. So these dovetail guideways are verticals. So our knee are able to move up and down. Okay. So due to this up and down movement, which things are controlled? So by operating the screw jack or elevating screw with the help of hand wheel or power feed, the table height can be adjusted. Means table height is adjusted, or a space between this cutter and the table is adjusted by moving the knee up and down, and knee is moving up and down by using the screw jack or elevating screw, and the screw jack or elevating screw are operated by using the hand wheel or either by using the power feed. With the moment of the knee, table height or a distance between the cutter and workpiece can be adjusted. So it is depend on the height of the workpiece. So we need to moment the knee. If the workpiece height is small, then we need to move knee upper directions. When the workpiece height is larger, then we need to move knee in the downward direction. Next component is the saddle. So saddle is mounted on the top surface of the knee. So this part is known as the saddle, and the saddles are moving in this horizontal direction, means to and fro from the column. So we move the saddles near to column or away from the column. Intermediate parts between the table and knee which act as a support for the table. So it is an intermediate part from the knee and table. So table is mount on the saddle. So it is like the in between the table and knee. To provide cross feed to the table, the saddle can be adjusted crosswise. So this saddle moment is known as the crosswise feed, or it is known as the cross feed. Along the guideways provided on the top of the knee. So this saddle is mounted on the guideways that is provided on the top surface of the knee, and this movement of the saddle is known as the cross feed, and the knee motion is known as the up and down motion. Horizontal guideways are provided at the top of the saddle, along which the table can be moved in a longitudinal directions. Means on the surface of top surface of the saddle, one longitudinal guideways is provided that is not seen in this, means in another direction like this vertical and horizontal. Then in this another direction that is not imagined in this figure, but I show you in this next image how it is occurs. On that guideways are provided in longitudinal directions. On that longitudinal directions, our tables are moved. Next component is the table. So table is mounted on a guideways of the saddle, and this is the hand wheel for the table. So by using this hand wheel, we move the table in the longitudinal directions. The table rests on the saddle and travels longitudinally. A lead screw under the table, means inside this table one lead screw is provided. So a lead screw under the table engage a nut on the saddle. So one nut is provided on the saddles. So this screw is engaged with a nut on the saddle to move the table horizontally by hand or a power. In universal machines, the table may also be swivels horizontally, means it is inclined at a certain angles in universal machine. For this purpose, the table is mounted on a circular base. Means when we need to swivel at different angles to this table, at that time this table is mounted on a circular base. The top of the table is accurately finished and the T-slots are provided. Means top of these tables are accurately finished, and on the sides of the table various T-sections is provided. Okay, and these T-sections are used to clamping the work and other fixtures on the it. Next part is the workpiece. So on this table, the workpiece is mounted by using this T-bolt and nut and different clamping devices. So here in this image, we see the motions. So this is the knee component. This knee is moving up and down. Next is the saddle. So how the saddle is moving? So saddle is moving in these directions, and it is known as the cross feed. So this moment is indicate this saddle is moving near to the column and away from this column. And next motions of the table, that is a longitudinal directions. So these directions the table is moving. So longitudinal directions. So these directions the table is moving. So these we consider it is X direction, and the saddle is in Y directions. Then knee is moving in this Z directions of the cutting tools. In this image here you see that it is the vertical axis milling cutters. In a last case we see in this figure it is a horizontal milling cutter. So any type is possible for the knee type. Either it is horizontals or a verticals. So thank you for watching this video. If you learned and liked the video,